strategy studies. From how much I'm fighting with the vocabulary here, you see how little I know anything about what this, your institutes are talking about. But I've read that in South Korea has the third highest rate of active social media use. 85% of South Koreans use social media. And Korea has its own, I mean, it's a country of how many million? Like,
We got 50 million.
50 million. But it has its own social media universe with Kakao Talk, Naver, Cywood, and those, I mean, local, national social media enterprises are fighting and competing with global players like Facebook and Google, which I find quite impressive.
Mm-hmm.
So I would be very interested in how much South Koreans are willingly providing data voluntarily to those Korean-based enterprises.
Yeah, so you are asking about how willingly Korean people, they are giving their data away, to the conglomerate or the portal site. But it's similar to the global case. Just like that, once you agree with the terms of the use, and then it's no longer your data becomes to the site content data. So, he mentioned about the general, data regulation, but it's the same with Korea. So, doesn't matter with any, different case. So once you press the button, terms of use, and it's your data goes to the data repository of the portals, search engines, social media. So that's what I can say at the moment.
Yeah.
And since I'm only academia in this panel, that is why I think they are putting me the last speaker here, because I need to give you some recent research about the presidential election. So can I go through my research? So I like to discuss the analysis my research team has conducted using the social big data from the YouTube and Google Trend on the recent, the most recent presidential elections. Okay. So before moving on to the study of the presidential elections, I first like to provide a very condensed overview of the intellectual foundation of big data. At Nature, you might know about the Nature, the most prestigious scientific publication. Nature, they released a special issue the July of the 2021, and they referred the current era computational social science instead of the big data. But the thing we really want to talk about is the measurement, which is the core thing of the traditional research methodology that were taught in the schools before big data came along. So how to make scientifically valid measurement of social phenomena using the large data set? So it's increasingly feasible for us to completely perceive and comprehend the working of the social systems. So measurement is everything, So measurement actually comes before data. So big data is distinguishes in online communication by the process of the attention, reaction, expression, participation, as we can see, which are abbreviated as the M4. And that is my theory, and then this has been applied to the various cases. So let me provide the key aspect of the South Korea's latest presidential elections. So first of all, political polarization between the conservative and progressive camps, and also gender discrepancy between men and women, particularly in their 20s. And then there are significant political difference based upon regionalism. Regionalism is a very strong factor in South Korean politics. An overheated housing market, and then lack of the high quality jobs, and the essence of the public campaign based upon public policies. So there is no public policy based campaigns this election. So I like to introduce two recent studies very briefly, 5 minutes each. Okay? So the one is about the Google Trend, the other is about the YouTube, social media. So research question for the Google Trend, like is politics as usual, implying that social media world isn't always different from the physical world. As they mentioned, door-to-door campaign can be converted to the online world. Okay. So previously, comparing candidate names was achieved by evaluating the absolute numbers of Google Trend hit count. This is the typical actual exercise. But this study actually, on the other hand, employed Google Trend to assess the search intensity of the keyword, each candidate and keyword into each region, each province from the perspective of network. But as you can see this slide, you might think the search engine or the portal site, can influence election outcomes, even manipulate. But this is the outside of the scope of my research. So let me go to another slide. Okay, this is the election outcome, and then as you can see, the red person is the actual opposition party and then conservative party. And then the blue is the progressive party and then ruling party. And then the red candidate, actually the conservative candidate, he narrowly defeated, the blue and progressive parties. And then, as you can see, there are the regional divided. So we collected the Google Trend data before the election, and then we compared, Google Trend data, actual vote after election, and then we computed, actual voting data in a similar manner to the Google Trend. So according to each province. So and then correlation, was computed for statistical purpose. So as you can see, we have the significant, correlations. This might not sound, nothing for you, but scientifically this is very important. So both candidates had the higher correlation between the Google Trend and then actual vote, and conservative candidate a little bit higher than progressive candidates in terms of Google Trend. And besides this, we analyzed specific keywords, and then also other candidate names, and then we network visualized. Here is illustration of two more network visualizations. So we employed several network statistics, and then before the election, just one day before the election, I predicted, my team predicted, the conservative candidate will be little bit, better than progressive candidate who stood in the ruling party. And then, we actually got the conservative candidate elected. So Google Trend was successful in predicting the most recent, presidential election in Korea using a different approach. What kind of different approach? The measurement was different from the typical approach. Yeah. Let me go to the YouTube study very briefly, just 3 minutes. There are 6 social network types online, like the polarized crowd, and then polarized crowd, and then they don't talk, each other, and then tight crowd, and then these brand clusters, and then these community clusters, and then this in-support network, and this is the broadcasting network, and this is the in-support network. So there are 6 types of the social network online, but theoretically, both butterfly is shared to the polarized network. Butterfly shaped the polarized network, and then this dense network, the tight crowd network, are unable to be scaled and are less effective than cluster network in mobilizing people with varying political orientations and swing voters during the political campaigns. So my team has been analyzing the flow and content of open communication regarding the information that social media users obtain and from whom they get it as elections are currently taking place. So we did several studies in the past, and then we predicted successfully the outcome of the election based upon this network type and the network configurations. For example, here, as you can see, community clusters. This is a tight crowd. So community clusters were successful in winning the elections. And this is also different elections. This is a polarized clusters. You cannot win your election using the polarized clusters. And this is a tight crowd and tight crowd and community clusters. And then this person also won the election. Okay? For this election also we analyzed the YouTube channels and then we analyze the comment networks. Okay, so what kind of role does YouTube play, in particular in the process of dividing voters into the right-minded people? I'm going to skip this because you are not interested in the research. Yeah, okay, I'm going to skip. Okay, so the network visualizations. So the larger the point is the more active in terms of the integrity. Integrity means the more popular people will receive the comment, and then more red means high out degree. High out degree means the more active in terms of the sending the comment. So you receive a comment while you are sending the comment is different because of the directions, right? And this is a commentary network from the progressive candidates from the YouTube. As you can see, this is a tight crowd. And this is the commentary network from the conservative candidates. As you can see, is the community clusters. So progressive candidates had more collective than the conservative candidates, and more communal than the conservative candidates. We actually measured several network metrics, and then we confirmed the conservative candidate has the sparse network. However, there are great potential for the random conversation between users and conservative candidates. So conservative network has a far shorter distance than the progressive candidate. As a result, the conservative candidate is closer to the users or to the voters. So we calculate this, and then you can compare direct and make direct match. This is the tight crowd, and then community clusters, community clusters. So we also analyzed the linguistic diversity, what kind of languages and supporters and commenters they use. We call it this semantic network. So as you can see, the number of comments are more or less the same between two candidates, but number of unique words very different. Okay, so what does it mean this? In terms of the number of original words expressed by the conservative candidate camp is more connected and then diverse, and then conservative candidate commentators are more expressive than the counterpartner when it comes to the wide variety of languages. Okay? So, does not matter who used frequently to support their supporting candidate. What matters is the diversity of language. Okay? And what's interesting here, we traced who are commenting both candidates. So some internet users, social media users, they are commenting conservative candidate and at the same time the progressive candidate. We found one particular user here because he or she was really active in the progressive camp here, okay, and then also active in the conservative candidate here. So we looked at their profile, public profile. So we can go to his or her YouTube channel and then found out the person was believed to be a progressive. And then I don't know what kind of the role the person is doing, but the person was very favorable to the progressive, but was adverse to the conservative. So this is the two recent studies based upon the big data. Thank you.
No, thank you very much, Professor Park. That gives us, I think, lots of food for thought. And I would like to invite the audience as well to raise some questions to our panelists.